Hey, good morning. We are live. It's so funny because StreamYard, when you press the go live button, they're like, "Are you ready to go live?" And I'm like, "I'm never ready to go live, but let's do it." So, welcome Sunday morning. This is the first Sunday after Nano, so hopefully you will join me, even if you're not doing writing, whatever you're doing. We're here to support you. So. Welcome to all who are joining us, and welcome to anyone watching the replay. And I am just going to put this up. Let us know, what are you working on today? So I will be doing proofreads this morning for the sprints, getting some proofreads in. I'm kind of caught. I sort of got behind on stuff, not writing, but stuff because of Nano. And last like week or so because of Nano, because I had computer issues, because of other stuff that was going on. So I kind of spent a lot of this weekend just sort of playing catch up with that. But I said, this morning I'm just going to do my proofreading, and I hate proofreading. For those who may not know, I've said it actually several times in my sprints, but proofreading to me is like Chinese torture. I hate it. So I can take the revising, I can take the editing, I can the proofreading just I just don't have the patience for it. So, and I'm proofreading the first book of my historical mystery series coming out next year. And this is a book that I wrote. I wrote the first draft in. I finished it. I think I started it for, I want to say, 2013 Nano, and then I finished it in 2014, and then I basically put it aside for a lot of years because it was a different genre than what I was working on at the time, and so now I'm back to it, and I've written 3 books in the series that I'm publishing next year. But now I'm kind of going into the proofreading, and I've revised it, but I haven't gone like line by line on anything until now. And so since I wrote it about, what is it, 6 years ago, something like that, my writing style has blessedly changed for the better. So it's just like slogging through mud, because you know how it is. It's if you go back, 5 years, 10 years, whatever, and look at what you were writing then to what you're writing now, if you're continuing to write and continuing to improve your craft and improve your writing, and your writing gets better with each week. And sorry, y'all, let me put the timer on here for the break. So your writing changes, and so I was a lot wordier then. I was even more wordier than I am now, which is pretty scary. And so it's just like slogging through mud. Just every single line, basically, I pretty much have to change. So it's a challenge. It's a challenge, but I'm sticking with it, and I'm gonna do it. So and with all of your help, I know that I will do that. So let's see what lovely people do we have with us this morning. Hey, Dakota, good morning. Okay, I'm getting my reading glasses on now. Hello, Viola, good morning. Hi, Shirley. Oh, I'm sorry, Susan. Nice to see you. Yeah, I'm so sorry. It's with sometimes with the screen and stuff. I kind of get sometimes the names and stuff mixed up. So please forgive me for that. My site has never been very good. Hello, Alexandra. Love from Germany. Love back to you from Texas. Hello, Christine. Good morning. Hey, Lisa. Wonderful to see you from my bed. That is the best place to be, writing or doing work or whatever you're doing. So let us know. Wonderful people we have with us today. Let us know what you're working on and what you're going to be doing for these sprints. And again, if it's writing, that's terrific. But I think that a lot of us are just kind of nanoed out since Nano. So, but I did make a couple of strives this morning while I was waiting for the stream to start. I rescheduled my COVID booster shot, which I'm really happy about. So I was going to do it this week. And then I looked at my schedule. I'm like, okay, I've got all of this stuff going on this week, all these meetings and things. And so I don't want to. I don't want to have the booster shot because I don't know how I'll react, and I have heard that some people have been, it hasn't been a problem. It's kind of like the way that the original COVID shots were. So when I got my first COVID shot, it wasn't that bad at all. I didn't really feel too much. When I got the second one, I did kind of have flu-like symptoms, and I was kind of in bed, not super huge, but kind of it was enough to kind of get me to bed for about it was for I was in bed for probably about half the day. So it wasn't a big deal, but I just don't want to take any chances. So that's scheduled for next week. And then I also just ordered the HB90 planner for Q1 2022 because Sarah just got those up. So really super happy about that. So if you are doing the HB 90 course, which is beginning, I think, on Sunday the 12th. So it's next Sunday. It's about a week from now. Sarah will be doing a kickoff call in the afternoon, and then for the week of the 13th, I think it's from the 13th. It's from the Monday to the, I want to say, Saturday, I think. I'm not sure. I have to look back at those dates. Basically, it's throughout the whole week, and I'm an alumni. I did it in, I think, when I did it in Q3 2019. I think was the first time I did it. So I'm an alumni, and I don't go back and do the course, redo the course every time, but I did do it for Q1 2020. So I did it, like in December of last year. And I'm doing it again this year because it's just kind of nice to refresh. It's refreshing the all of the doing all of the because Sarah does a lot of stuff, not just the planning itself, but also a lot of stuff behind it that really makes you think about, what is it that you want to get out of your career? What is it you want to get out of your life? How you can, how the planning feeds into that, and all of that kind of stuff. And so I like to refresh that kind of stuff for each new year. So because there's always changes. So I'll be doing that for that week, doing it live, quote unquote. So hello, Diane. I didn't realize there were sprints this morning. Yeah, just what I need. Yes. Yeah, I think that many of us need it. I know I definitely need it. So and yeah, because I've definitely fallen behind on stuff. So I think it's also just this time of year. I know for me, it has a lot to do with planning stuff. So okay, so we're gonna get into first sprint. And I think the music was a little bit too loud, so we're gonna turn it down. Okay, not that much. Okay, I still want y'all to hear it. So, okay, so we're gonna go first sprint, 20 minutes, whatever you need to do. If you're just waking up, if you're getting coffee, whatever you're doing, getting breakfast for the kids and the hubby, whatever you're doing, or writing, then we are here. I will see you all in 20 minutes. We're here to support you. Okay, everybody, I completely messed up here. I put the timer on, but I didn't press the button. So I really apologize for that. So I am just going to assume that we did, since it's about a half an hour in, I'm going to assume that we did do 20 minutes. In fact, we probably did more. This time I'm going to make sure that we get the timer on. So I do apologize for that, but let me know how it went for you. And my view here is a little bit different because, I've been doing a lot of cleaning up because I'm moving in January. So I've been doing a lot of sorting and things like that. And so I discovered this. I don't know if y'all can see this. This is like a Bluetooth keyboard that I have. And I guess I bought it like a while back, and you actually usually use it. I used to use it when I went to like a cafe to write because I used to take my iPad and then just the Bluetooth keyboard. So I'm trying to use this now with my computer. So we'll see how it goes. So it's kind of a little bit more comfortable for me. So let's see how. Okay, I think Diane was keeping track. Thank you, Diane, for that. Yes. Yeah, looks like, yeah, the clock is counting, isn't counting down. Yeah. Yeah, I do apologize for that. That's completely, and I should have looked at the comments, but I was just like out somewhere else. So, yeah, so the timer was not running. So thank you so much, Diane, for, Diane kind of kept track of the time. So sweet of you. So, but I will pay attention to that. I will pay attention to that, and I will work with my mouse buttons, my little mouse here. Sometimes it gets a little wanky, so we'll see. Yes, it does happen to the best of us. Yes, absolutely. So again, let us know in the comments what you did. Did you do morning things? Did you get anything done? I did have a little bit of cleanup stuff to do, but I did get some proofreading done, and it is definitely a challenge. It is definitely a challenge for me to be proofreading this book. And but it's also really, I think, um, I'm trying to find the word here. Validating, I guess. When you go back and you look at your writing from, several years ago, even like 5, 10 years ago. And I think it's a really big booster, especially when you're feeling kind of down and you're thinking, oh, well, down about your writing, and oh, no, I'm not, this book really sucks, and this book didn't sell, or whatever you're feeling. And looking back at your writing, I think from several years ago, and then kind of saying, hey, I've really improved as a writer, because I think we all do. It's like that saying, practice makes perfect. So hopefully some of you got your coffee. I got my coffee. I have my We Are All Mad mug, my Alice in Wonderland mug. But I will be doing for next break, I will be doing the first line trivia. So we'll do that, and that's always fun, I think. And I will also get out the schedule and see what sprints we have going on for the rest of into the beginning of next week. It's amazing that it is December already, y'all. It is the end of the year. So it's like the last month of the year. Where did the time go? I don't know. Tell us though, how did 2021 go for you? Because I think that for a lot of us, it was in a lot of ways just a lot harder than I think a lot of us thought it would be, because we had end of 2019, we had the whole COVID thing coming up, and then 2020 we had to deal with COVID. And so now, it's like, and so I guess we thought, okay, 2021, now it's not, the COVID is not over yet, unfortunately. But we've got the vaccines in, and all of this stuff has been kind of more and nudging towards more the positive side. And I think a lot of us expected 2021 to be, okay, now we're just going to, things are going to start to get back to normal. And I don't think they really did. I think for a lot of us, maybe I think we're just kind of reeling from all that's happened in the last year and a half, or it's a kind of like collective, maybe. I don't know if I want to say the word post trauma, but there's some element to that, I think. So let us know how it went for you. And let's see. Lisa says, got dressed, made coffee. Hey, that's a lot of progress for this hour in the morning. Dennis says 2021, it was just strange. Yes, I agree, Diane. It was. It was just very strange. 2021 was 2022 part two. Yes, beautiful way of saying it, Lisa. Yes, that is, I think for a lot of us, that is so true. So true. Diane, I did get in gear the last 6 weeks. That's beautiful. And did things I've been putting off for a year. That's wonderful, Diane. That is wonderful. That is, yeah, that's great. And I kind of feel like that as well, where it's sort of like the first 3 quarters were just like sort of, putting out fires and dealing with a lot of stuff for me. And then now quarter four, these last 2 months especially, I kind of just sort of, I'm like, okay, now I know where I am and I know where I'm going, and that's what I'm going to be doing. So, okay, wonderful. So we are going for sprint number 2. Setting the timer, and I'm making sure I start at this time. So whatever you're doing, however you're getting your Sunday morning started, we are here to support you. I will see you all in 20 minutes, and here goes the button. Great. So we are about halfway through these sprints. So we're going to put the timer on, 5-minute break. So let us know, how did that go? What did you do? What did you get done? I know it's kind of been a slow Sunday morning, I think, for all of us. So it's so if you're still kind of getting up and getting things together, that is totally fine. Sunday mornings can be very challenging. Um, I was actually going to. I thought that I was going to be more tired this morning than I actually am, because since I've been playing catch up. I've been at Rhiannon's night owl sprints, and that kind of got me to bed at like midnight. So I've been kind of going to bed pretty late, for me at least, the last couple of days. But yesterday I just couldn't do it anymore. I just got to take a break tonight. But we did have double down days, so that really helped me out. Diane says switch to YouTube. Thank you, Diane. Wonderful to see you on YouTube. Sorry, I'm switching my glasses here. Okay, so first line trivia, I did not forget. So for anybody who is new to my sprints, I love doing this just for fun. It actually started with a coffee cup, because I've got another coffee cup that it's like a first line coffee cup. And so I just started reading off of there. But since I don't have that cup anymore, I've just been looking online. So this is a first line from a famous book. I mean, not necessarily a book everybody's read, but from a well-known book. And so I tell you what the first line is, and you try to guess who the author is and the title of the book is. And this is not a test. So if you want to look it up on Google, you're certainly welcome to do that. So our first line for this Sunday, it's a very short one. I lost an arm on my last trip home. So that's the line. I lost my arm on my last trip home. So let us know in the comments if you want to guess, just for fun, where that comes from, what book that comes from. So I got a little bit more proofreading done, not too much though. It's I was definitely so much. And it's so funny because also, it's like as you write more, and especially I think as you get more into working with an editor, then you kind of get to see your sort of your writing faults, and especially kind of and I don't want to say faults, but like stuff that maybe in your writing, like especially like words and stuff that you've been using maybe that were not used correctly, or that were overused, that kind of stuff. I found for me that working with my editor, because, knock on wood, I've been working with this editor for a couple of years now, and she did the whole Waxwood series for me. She basically did the 5 books that I have published, and I'm going to be working with her next year as well. And a wonderful person. She's a friend, and she's also a very talented writer, writes in several genres. So we know each other pretty well from Facebook. And just looking, kind of looking over the years at what she's done with her editing has kind of made me more aware of some of my some of my faux pas per se with the English language. So, for example, and I'm seeing, and the funny thing is that now, because I'm proofreading a novel that I wrote, 5-6 years ago, then I'm seeing those things in there. So, for example, the word that is I guess it's like a the that comes up, which isn't necessary. So for example, in the sentence, she went to the store that was around the corner. So, you could take out that and say she went to the store around the corner, right? And it's, it reads smoother. And so I used to use a lot of those that's. And another thing I used to do is instead of writing toward, I used to write towards with an S. And that's not grammatically incorrect, but from what she told me, the towards with the S is used more in British English, and the toward without the S is in American English. So so that's, I mean, those are just two things that kind of I saw that that I saw in my writing that's improved. So yes, your writing will improve with every book. Diane says Octavia Butler. Yes, yes, yes. You're absolutely right, Diane. It is Octavia Butler. So let's see. I just caffeinated. Caffeinated is good. Not sure I'm going to get much done today, but my goal is just to build the habit of writing in the morning. Yeah. So, but out of bed and into the chair is a win. It is. It completely is. Yes. Yeah. Beautifully said, Lisa. Yeah. It really is about, the establishing kind of the creative habit. I actually have a friend who is an artist, and she very wholeheartedly believes in like a daily habit of creating art, and so she's always talking about it. And yeah, so I think that daily or almost daily, and there some of us who can't do it daily, and that's okay. But I think trying to establish some kind of a habit, even if you're just writing like an hour every week, is a win, definitely. Yes, and kindred. Yeah, Diane, you're right. So yeah, so the first line trivia, it was Octavia Butler's Kindred. It was published in 1979, so it's kind of a I don't know if you could consider that a historical novel. I don't think so, because my brain isn't working with the math now. But I think that historical fiction, usually people consider historical fiction to be like 50 years or more, and so it's not really considered historical fiction. Have not read the book, but it is definitely on my to be read list. I googled it. Yeah, that's okay. Hey, this is all for fun, so definitely not a test. Lisa says, yeah, Octavia Butler is one of my favorite. Which book is it? Yeah, it's Kindred. So yes, I have not. No, I think I did read one of her books for a course that I took on African American writers when I did my bachelor's degree. So it was like a long, long time ago. So, but I don't think it was Kindred though. Such a good book. Yeah. Yeah, definitely putting it on my to be read list. Okay. We are starting hour number 2. So let's get the timer on for 20 minutes. So we're going for 20 minutes, whatever you need to get done, even if it's just waking up or watching cartoons with your kids. We're here to support you. I will see you all in 20 minutes. Here goes the button. Okay, we've got one more sprint left to go. So, how was that? What did you get done? Did you just get yourself awake, or did you get some writing done, or anything that you got done, accomplished, I should say? I love that word, accomplished. And let us know. I did. I actually started to get a little bit more into the proofreading. So it kind of feels good. It's sort of, I think I found a little bit of my flow, per se. So I got a little bit of that going, which is very good. It's still slow going though. And another thing I caught though that my editor kind of taught me, which I used to do and then now I don't do anymore, is every time when I have a dialogue that's a question with a question mark, I used to put said instead of asked. So it would be like, what are you doing tonight? He said, instead of what are you doing tonight? He asked. And so it feels really good to kind of go into those my old things that I wrote years ago, and to be able to say I don't do that anymore, because I'm writing a little better. So it's a good feeling. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So it looks like we've been having a kind of a bot problem on YouTube. Some of us who have been doing sprints, so you might see some messages where it says, so and so has been blocked. So it's just a bot that has been going on. Has suddenly appeared on YouTube, so I do apologize for that. If it happens, we're seeing what we can do about it. But that's the way it goes. That's what happens when you're on YouTube. And I can't help but wonder if it's kind of like one of those things where how where they say, if you're a writer and you got a 1-star review or 1-star reviews, it's like you've arrived, because all of the trolls come out of the woodwork when you publish a book, and it's just like every writer has 1-star reviews. So I actually belong to another writing group where when somebody posts, oh no, I got a 1-star review, everybody's like, congratulations, so it's not, it's taking it in a positive way. So I don't know, maybe the fact that suddenly these bots are popping up, because I haven't had this when I've been doing sprints. I've been doing these sprints for I think a couple of months now, I want to say. So this is the first time I've encountered the bots. So maybe it means, I have arrived. I don't know, on YouTube. So, but there you go. It's just, the nature of the beast. Hey, Elizabeth. I love that way of looking at it. Yeah, I do too. I do too. Yeah, it's I think it's a great way to look at it, and it's a good reminder that you or your book are not the 1-star reviews. You're not going to please everybody, and the 1-star reviews, they're going to come and they're going to be out there, and some of them won't even be reviews. Some of them will just be the trolls popping in, giving their little 1-star, and Goodreads or Amazon, because of course Amazon now allows you to leave a star rating without leaving a comment. They used to not allow that, but now they do allow that. So they just kind of pop in, and very anonymously, they've got the computer screen to hide behind. They leave they leave their little bomb, and then they pop out. So, and it's gonna, and it happens. And I think my philosophy about that is that reviewers are, because we've all become so savvy in user reviews, reading user reviews, leaving user reviews, and how to interpret them online, that I think most readers are savvy enough to kind of know when they look at a review, and even if it's a 1-star review that's kind of trashing you, and like a personal attack, because it does happen, that most readers are going to be savvy enough to kind of ignore those and filter those out and take a look at the rest of the reviews. And honestly, the readers that don't are not the readers that you want following you. So that's just my take on it. That's my philosophy. So Okay, so we've got about 40, no, about 35 more seconds to go. And before the last, let me get to what our schedule is for the rest is for the next couple of days. So today we've got, trying to look at my list here. Let me see if I can catch. Okay, good. Yeah, because sometimes the whole thing doesn't show up on my Word document. Okay, so we've got our lovely Tracy who will be on YouTube at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 2 o'clock Central Time. She will be there this afternoon. And then Monday, we've got our lovely Angela coming at 9 o'clock in the morning, Eastern Standard Time, 8 o'clock Central Time. And then we've got Lisa, and Angela's on Facebook. I think she's on Facebook only. Elizabeth, correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I think she is on Facebook only. Elizabeth or Diane. And then we've got night owl sprints. Lisa will be doing night owl sprints on Monday, 9 o'clock Eastern Central Time, PM, of course, 8 o'clock Central Time, PM. And she will be on Facebook and YouTube. So if you want to join and just get stuff done, then that is the place to do it. Let's see. Now, Lisa's Angela's Facebook only. Yes, that's what I thought. Okay. So, last sprint of the morning. Let's give it a kick in the rear end and get things done. 20 minutes. We are here to support you as always for whatever you need to get done. I will see you all in 20 minutes. Here goes the button. right, my lovelies, that is it. We just finished the last sprint, so I hope you all got stuff done. Let us know what you got done in the chat. I got through a chapter, which is good for me because, as I said, it's line by line, slow going with this proofreading. So getting a chapter done is a very good thing. It's just chapter by chapter, one step at a time. So let's see. Yeah, Elizabeth says, Tracy, the revised writer is on YouTube only, right? And Brandy, also the unorganized writer, as far as I know, is on YouTube only as well. So, but we try to keep you all updated about these things. So, you are most welcome, Susan. I'm so glad that you could join us. I got a chapter done as well. Beautiful. Yeah, it's chapter by chapter. That's how slow and steady wins the race. There you go. So, okay, well, thank you everyone for joining me on this early Sunday morning. I know it's difficult to pop in on a Sunday this early in the morning. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, relaxing and just doing what everybody does on a Sunday. And I will be back on Friday. I will be back on Friday afternoon, 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 12 o'clock Central Time. And we do have Tracy on YouTube only this afternoon. She is at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 2 o'clock Central Time. And then, of course, we've got the schedule starting tomorrow morning with our lovely Angela. So I will see you all hopefully on Friday, maybe this afternoon for Tracy's as well. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your weekend.